Ladies and gentlemen of Yeousch, how are you all doing? I'm T0x1x, and I am here with a Starcraft 2 commentary entitled The Trials of a Gold Leaguer. Now, this is where I basically play in a Starcraft game in like a Gold League level and kind of try and learn and make my way up to the beginning and try to be a little bit entertaining as well. So I hope you really enjoy this. I haven't seen any Starcraft on Yeousch yet, so I'm hoping to kind of get that market going, maybe make this a series, The Trials of a Gold Leaguer. You can watch me just completely embarrass myself multiple different times, and we're all going to try and learn something about Starcraft, try and get some stuff down and learn what's going on, and maybe I'll eventually maybe make my way up a little bit higher. Actually, technically I'm in Platinum League, but I play Gold Leaguers all the time, so I think I'm right on that ridge of down or being demoted, just dropping right into the tank of doom, as it were called. Anyway, I play Zerg, and as you can see here, we're starting up the game. I am T0x1x playing Grilled Cheesus here. So I'm not sure if that is in relation to Jesus and he's grilled, or grilled cheese, or maybe both. An odd mix of the two. Now let's get that out of the way because that name tag takes up a ton of space. As you can see here, I am 10 pooling. Now, before you all get angry, and I'm the blue Zerg, this is Jesus up here. Jesus up in his upper right hand corner at the roughly 2:30 o'clock position. The 10 pool is not always cheese. Now in ZVZ it can be very handy. I'm kind of a master with the 10 pool. Not gonna lie, I practiced a lot in 4v4, so I mean it's to be expected. But what you can do with this is kind of break out to an early attack against the Zerg, and when you do that, you can really hurt their economy a lot. Usually, what I do is I get Gas Geyser before spawning pool, and then what happens is once you do that, you end up getting speed very quickly. Once you get speed, you can attack, and if they're not ready for it, you're gonna actually absolutely demolish them. And it can win you the game sometimes, but it's not an all-in, as you'll see in this game, because I do not win right out. Now I pull guys off as soon as my gas is at 100, and then we go back to mineral production. Now I put a queen out first, and then I'll put metabolic boost. And now metabolic boost will finish around 4:35, somewhere in there. As you can see, I accidentally had to cancel one to get metabolic boost just a bit sooner, but he's gonna scout here and he's gonna see this, and he's gonna know that there's gonna be some early pressure incoming, so he's gonna throw it on Spine. That's a very good decision, actually. I would have done the same thing if I were him. I'm not sure why he was mining gas. Maybe he's working up to metabolic boost. There we go. He's not quite as far ahead. As you can see here, the queen just popped. Inject. Oh, I remember what I was doing. I was occupied by trying to put spine crawlers down on this guy's base. Now he sees them, unfortunately, and that is going to effectively eliminate that. I finally come back and inject. That's actually crucial. I shouldn't have missed that. This is just a bit of a distraction, kind of throw him off his game a little bit. As you can see here, he has a lot more drones than I do. I'm still at the 10 that I had, or 8 apparently, 9 plus the scout. So immediately I send out these lings, and speed is getting very close to finishing. Now look at the units. He's got 19 drones, I've got 9. So you can see there's a bit of discrepancy here. So basically I'm gonna have to do some damage with this attack. Regardless of what happens, some damage is gonna have to be done. Whether that's gonna happen or not remains to be seen. He's brought his queen off creep. Not a good decision. He's gonna be able to kill those 2 Zerglings. I don't know what he was doing for focus there, but then it's going to get surrounded. Bad decision by Jesus over here, and Jesus is panicking. Look at the Gibbs rolling down the ramp. The queen has exploded into millions of little microscopic pieces. Speed is now done for me, and as you can see, I'm producing lings. He's got a spine crawler, a baneling nest coming up, 2 more spine crawlers on the way. I'm gonna run over here and distract him a little bit on the spawning pool. He spawns a ton of Zerglings, and I lay down another spine crawler. That is just something to draw his fire. Now if you notice, for the majority, a lot of his lings were attacking the spine crawler there, and because of that, I was able to actually kill a lot of the lings when he had superior numbers to me. Although I did have speed, had to cancel that in the end. I might have been able to let that finish, but it just wasn't meant to be. Back at home, I am still producing lings, and I've got some guys waiting outside of his base. Now this is just another thing, one of those things that I could be doing better, and this explains why I'm still trying to learn and actually be like remotely good. I didn't cancel that, blah blah blah, and then my minerals are up there. Now My immediate fear, I've realized my attack has failed. He's got 3 spine crawlers. I'm going to need a ton of lings to be able to deal with that. His baneling nest came up, so that's not going to be a viable, a ling run by or ling attack. It's just not a viable source of attacking him anymore. So as you can see, he's going to expand. I was truly afraid of being flooded by lings. Often what happens is when something like that fails, like a 10 pool fails and doesn't really do significant damage, you're going to end up getting just ling flooded, and you can't do anything about it, and that is going to create havoc inside your base, and you end up losing the game. So I overproduced a lot of lings. As you can see here, they come. He sends a few lings in, but he really doesn't have all that many. Now, I'm finally starting to produce some actual drones. You can check out the units count there, and you can see that I've actually almost caught up on drones. I'm 5 behind, and I will continue to be making those. I'm saving up for my expo soonish here, I believe. No, I'm putting down some more drones. As you can see, resources. He's definitely mining more than I am, and I'm still scared of that ling run by. He's throwing down a spine here. Now, what he should have done. Actually, this is the perfect response to this. This is exactly what he should be doing. When something like that happens, you just wanna, you know, expand, because he knows I'm weak. I would make sure to send out a Overlord scout. That's one thing I'm actually doing remotely well this game. I've got Overlords in a couple different positions, not as spread as you'd like in the ZVZ. And as you can see, baneling action. Oh, 4 lings. Now look at this. Look at this deke. Mind games. Mind games. Mind games. Oh, he splits them up a little bit. Oh, we're gonna run around. Gonna run around. Nope, nope, not. Maybe not. Maybe not. And there's that one ling. This is what you want to do. You want to get him. Ooh, that was potentially very bad. The one ling comes back, and then my lings are like, oh no, that's only one ling there. That wasn't too bad. All right, now you know what? You just got to be careful. I'm gonna cut my losses, and then this is really handy in low tier games. A lot of times they are not paying attention. Now, 4 lings is a bit much. I accidentally clicked that many, but they're just gonna have their banelings walking around. Now, when they do this, you just have to kind of send lings sporadically into their base, and a lot of times you can get those lings to explode preemptively. I don't have that problem, that's for sure. Get it? It's like preemptive ejaculation. Okay, yeah, we all get it. We all get the joke. It's bad. All right. So as you can see here, he did not produce enough lings. He was not watching what I was doing. Oh, freaking crapload of banelings come out though. However, I do snipe the hatchery, and that's all that really mattered to me at that point in time. These lings actually get quite a few banelings to explode there, which I'm pretty happy about. Now, he's floating a lot of minerals. That's because he tried to expand. He's banking on that extra unit production. However, that did not work out for him. As you can see here, 14 lings on the way from me. Another spine crawler. I'm still scared. Every single time I basically go in, I get this dark feeling inside me that he's going to just send out a ton of banelings right into my base. And as you can see, I'm finally throwing down an expansion. Now, this is 10 minutes into the game, so a little bit later for a Zerg than you normally like, but, this is ZVZ, and those kind of funky. ZVZ timings are often thrown off by early pressure like that, banelings, early speedlings, that sort of thing, which is something that I was doing in this one. As you can see here, I'm throwing down a Roach Warren as well as teching to layer. Now, this is kind of a place where I also have a little bit of a weakness. I have trouble going with a strategy and sticking with it. Now, at this point, I'm like, I want to go standard Roach Infester. With Roach Infester, I feel like I'll be able to push him back, especially because he has a lot of tech invested in banelings as well as just lings. And as you can see here, I spot those banelings from a long distance off. Gonna have to run away here, but it's just one baneling, so just run back, basically put some distance between you and the baneling, and then just run at him, and he's not gonna be able to do much. As you can see here, he's starting to come after, and I'm gonna have to move these lings here. That's just a hotkey kind of error right there, and ends up losing a baneling for 1 ling, which is definitely not worth it, let me guarantee you. His expansion's almost done. I actually end up getting an expansion before him, so that's something that's finally going in my favor. I'm actually happy about that. And as you can see here, his base is fairly well defended, and you know what that is. That's a Spire, boys and girls. Now, this is what I was fearing when I was deciding to go Roach. So, you know what? I was like, I'm going to go Roach. You know what? He really hasn't really done anything. I haven't seen Roaches, so might as well toss down a Spire of my own. Ironically, it's only a couple seconds after his, even though I went Roach Tech at first. So, that was kind of one of my flip-floppy ways where I'm just kind of like, I kind of want to do this, I kind of want to do, it's like when you have, you're at McDonald's, say, right? And you got the McDouble and you got the Big Mac, and now you're like, oh, I want the Big Mac because it's delicious, but I want the McDouble because it's a little bit cheaper. And like, you gotta weigh it, deliciousness or cheaper. And so like, this compares perfect. This is just a random comparison. Look at roaches, a little bit cheaper. Mutas, more delicious. Because who doesn't like flying a flock of mutas into their opponent's base and just watching them annihilate drones left and right? Now I haven't scouted anything, I don't believe. Let's check that actually. No, nothing. Scouting sorely lacking. I'm gonna lose this Overlord here. That was just not paying attention. And he's gonna try, I think he's gonna try a Ling run by here is what he's gonna end up trying to do. I don't really know how that's gonna work out for him, but you know, we'll see. Either way, he's just kind of hanging out here. Just kind of waiting. Oh, actually, this is kind of interesting. Now, as you can see, we're both producing Mutalisks. Because I'm such a bad player, I had a ton of money saved up, and I end up producing 10 Mutalisks. Now, you might say, oh, T0x1x, hey, that's better than him. You're doing awful real good. But, like, you know, I really don't want to be producing that many mutas. That could have been, you know, Lings or drones even, and I could be a lot further ahead. And so, as you can see here, this is just a random rally, and I end up catching all of these Banelings and Lings sitting out here. And he kind of has a hesitation about him, and I end up picking off almost shoot the rocks, I guess. I pick up all the Banelings, and then he's gonna run these Lings in here and kind of suffer some indecision. It's the Big Mag McDouble scenario, and he gets absolutely nothing done. Jesus, what are you doing, grilled Jesus? And so here the mutas go. We got the pack moving out. I'm hoping to do some massive damage here. And if you look at the production tab, look up in that production tab, upper left, 8 spore crawlers were put down. 8. If that's not an overreaction, I don't know what is. So I fly in, I'm like, oh, spore crawlers. Oh, 4 spore crawlers. Let's check out the main. Holy crap, queen spore crawlers everywhere. I look, I poke, I prod, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna snipe this. And then after I snipe this and subsequently lose 1 muta, almost 2 mutas there. Would have lost 2 mutas if he would have focused with that. I learned that I really can't do anything by doing that. So that was a complete and utter waste of my time. I tried to snipe the queen, another spore crawler. Look at all of these spore crawlers. Why? He loses almost all of his drones because he's putting them into spore crawlers. Now, of course, he's like, oh, Hydra Den, we need to get that done. And while this is happening now, he's just got his mutas hanging out over here. I don't have any anti-air. I got my 1 queen here. And I could have been in a little bit of trouble. However, he waited too long with those mutas. If he just would have gone in when I brought my mutas in, it would have been an entirely different story. Now he's going to kill the queen. I start producing another one immediately. Now I'm always pointing at my screen here, and I realize that you guys can't see that. So he's got his mutas completely destroyed. He decided not to save any of them. He's deciding to go for pure Hydras. He's trying to kill the roaches. Terrible idea. Ling is sucking against roaches, as I think we all know. And he comes in with some Banelings here. That's not going to work. They explode on the roach. Those roaches paid for themselves 10 times. There's 2 of them there, and I got rid of so many Lings. And whoa! Pardon me. I am so sorry. I have no idea where that came from. I ate at Chick-fil-A today. And I must have drank some pop. That was a very chickeny burp. But so anyway, as you saw, he went a bunch of Hydras. Now I haven't seen the Hydras yet, or have I? That would be a good thing to check, huh? Have I seen the Hydras? That might be the Hydra Den there. Yeah, that is. I may or may not have clicked on that. I don't think I did though, because you can't see while they're just in production. So that's not something that's really bothering me all that much. As you can see here, however, I'm trying to mine more gas. And then I did this weird tech switch back to roaches. Alright, we're doing the flip-flop, the flippity-flop. Like, I'm the guy, I got a Big Mac, and I'm like, that was delicious. You know what? Look at the McDouble. Really not all that much money. Might as well buy it. So I spend 99 cents or, you know, however much a roach costs. I don't think, does McDonald's accept minerals and gas? I don't think so. So I decided to go roaches because I'm assuming here that I have air dominance now. I have a lot of mutas. I killed all of his initial flock, which is where you get the majority from. So I assumed at this point, you know, I've got a solid amount of them. Now, as you can see here, he's got Hydras, lots of them. So my mutas are going to end up being fairly worthless. I'm still producing a few every now and then, but you know, I pretty much want to stop mutas production. He's got that kind of critical number of Hydras where you're going to need a murder of mutas. Murder of mutas. That's some alliteration for all you English analyst out there. I tried to alliterate with a. Yeah, no, don't. I apologize. But as you can see, I saw it when he killed my overlord. I got supply block for an instant. That's one. Oh. I always try to find something positive in these games. I have not been supply blocked very much, if at all, during this whole game. Now that is something that I am truly proud of. That's a huge problem with me. As you can see here, I've got about 16 roaches, hotkey. That might be some mutas in there too. I don't actually know about that. How are my injects doing? Injects are not. Look at the low energy. Oh, that queen just spawned. Oh, that's not very low. I got all proud and then realized I really shouldn't be all that proud. As you can see, I'm just producing roaches because hydras are good against don't get me wrong, hydras are pretty good against roaches, but if you want hydras to be successful against roaches, you need roaches of your own, and he has not produced any of them. In fact, I don't even think he has a roach warren. He does not have a roach warren. He's trying to get up his third here. I already have mine up and running now. So these hydras are going to be doing a lot of damage, but they are just weak against roaches. And in general, they're just roaches are able to just kind of power in there and blast them to smithereens. They explode in that green acid all over the place. His creep spider is better than mine, but in ZVZ it really isn't all that important. I actually haven't laid down a single creep tumor. I got roaches up. Gileo reconstitution is now done, meaning they can run like as fast as those little claws. Look at them. That's how I always imagine them. Okay, enough with the roach sounds. I apologize. I pride myself on roach sounds. But as you can see here, the crew is moving out. All right, the crew is moving out. I just wanna emphasize one more time. I'm not very good. You know, Gold League, Platinum League.